Hello there, Darren Steen here from MercolaPeakFitness.com. Talking to you today about a question that we get a lot, and that is, what is the best exercise for abdominals? Everybody wants six-pack abs. They want to tone midsection. They want to feel sexy. And I'll tell you what, one of the number one exercises we found that helps people feel great about their midsection is right here. It's awesome. I guarantee if you master this exercise, you're going to be really happy about how this midsection looks. And that is pushing yourself away from the dinner table. It's eating less foods every time you eat, and it's eating more often. I'm joking around a little bit, but that is one of the keys. And that is because seeing your six-pack abs and feeling great about your midsection is not about building them up. It's about bringing your overall body fat level down so the thickness of the fat underneath the skin is a lot less, and then you can start to see your midsection. For men, you need to get your body fat percentage down to 8 to 12%. For females, 10 to 14% is targets that you need to shoot for before you ever start to see some definition in your abdominal wall. Okay, so how do we do that? We have a healthy fitness lifestyle approach that's four-pronged. And it's about the foods that you eat, it's about the exercise that you get, the thoughts that you think, and the social support team that you build up around you to empower you. Now, doing six-pack exercises till you're blue in the face is not going to do anything at making you happy with this midsection. If you can just get a simple plan of attack on nutrition, eating smaller meals more often like we mentioned before, eating less processed foods, more unprocessed foods, if it rots, it's good for you, is a key. Most people understand that. Even going a little bit further and spending a little bit of money on organic food in a few areas, I understand with the economics the way it is, not too many people can make the commitment to spend money on 100% organic food. But at least on a few of your main base foods that you intake in your household, maybe a couple proteins and a couple carbs. And if you want to go one step further, even going to a local farmer's market and or even growing it yourself would be one step closer to getting in better nutrition that would allow us to bring our overall body fat level down. The second area that we talked about in your healthy fitness lifestyle that's very important is exercise. We're talking about building up the major muscles of your entire body. We're not just talking about your abdominals. We're talking about resistance training, okay? A couple times a week, full body or half body routines, and then we're also talking about cardiovascular exercise. Interval style in nature, a couple times a week, first thing in the morning. So we're only talking about 3 to 4 hours of exercise per week. The reason why we throw in the thoughts that you think in this category is it's very important because your thoughts and your words are absolutely going to create your destiny. And it's amazing how many 40 to 50-year-old people nowadays, with everything that's going on in the world, feel like they feel the stress that's going on in the world, and they feel like their best days are behind them. And I guarantee you that whatever you believe with a sense of certainty deep down in your core is going to be true for you. So if you think that your best days are behind you at 50 years old, you're absolutely true, and that it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So really work on your thoughts and your words, get as much positive in, hang around people that you want to be like. Getting Dr. Mercola's information from the website, Holistic Information, is a great person to hang out with. And then the fourth area we talked about is social support. I guarantee you that if you want to bring your overall body fat level down with a healthy fitness lifestyle, but the people that you're hanging around and the people that you're living with do not, it's going to be a constant struggle for you. So you got some decisions to make. Who you're going to hang around, you got to announce your intentions to your loved ones, you got to ask for their help, because I promise you that if they're not into it and you are, it's going to be a lot of work in the future. Okay? Now, with that being said, what is some of the best exercises to build up the abdominal wall? Well, because your abdominal muscles have to work involuntarily all day long to support your posture, they're made up of a little bit different fiber types than your other skeletal muscles like your biceps, your triceps, and your chest. So they're working all day long. Okay? Because they're working all day long to support your spine and to support your posture, we need to give them more variety than other skeletal muscles, which need a lot of variety, but ab muscles need even more variety. Okay? Two things that are very important in what I see people need to do with their abdominal exercises is they need to do a smaller range of motion. Okay, we're not talking about a full range sit-up. We're talking about cutting that range of motion in half, at least, and just doing a small range of motion and a slower repetition speed. That way we can get more time under tension on the muscles. We can actually get our mind in the muscle and feel it. All too often we see people doing sit-ups just thinking more is better. I guess it goes back to the old saying, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. And I promise you on your abdominal exercises, if you slow them down and you go a smaller range of motion than you think, you're absolutely going to be able to feel yourself work them better, and you're going to be able to feel them a little bit sore the next day. Okay, if you need any ideas on effective ab exercises, you absolutely can go to MercolaPeakFitness.com. We have over 15 abdominal exercises in there that if you watch it for 2 minutes, you'll be able to duplicate those ab exercises on your own. That will help you give your abdominal muscles more variety with your exercises. Now, we got upper abs, we have lower abs, and we have side internal and external obliques. For upper abs, we want to do crunches, anything where our feet are stationary and we drive our head and our shoulder blades off and bring our head towards our stationary feet. Then we got lower abdominal exercises where our head and upper body is stationary and we slowly pull our knees and or our legs and our feet up towards our stationary head. And then we have our side obliques where we do a crunch and then throw in a twist in there. Absolutely got to have a twist in there to focus on this area right here, or a side bridge to feel isometric tension right here. If you go to our video library with our ab exercises on there, you'll get a wide variety. You have at least 5 exercises in every category that you need to do to hit the entire section of the abdominal wall. How often do we work our abs? That's a great question. Even though the abdominal muscles are slightly different than skeletal muscles, we still need to work them similarly. If you're working your ab muscles and they're not sore the next day, then you have to change your exercises. You have to make the exercise more effective. You need to do something, because if you're effectively working them, they're going to be somewhat sore the next day or two. That's a great sign that they're recovering a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger. Okay, so with that being said, if they're sore, they need to rest a couple days before you work them again. I think 2 or 3 days a week on your abdominal exercises is absolutely enough. Make sure that your abdominal exercises for that day are complete, and make sure you do an exercise or 2 for the upper, an exercise or 2 for the lower, and an exercise 2 for the side oblique area here. And you don't have to do it in the same hour. If you want to be really time efficient, we can throw those 6 ab exercises, sets of just 3 different exercises in with your other resistance training if you want to be time efficient. Or you can just do 2 sets in the morning, 2 sets at lunchtime, and 2 sets at night if you have that ability and you don't want to put it with your other exercises, your resistance training. So 2 or 3 days a week is absolutely plenty. So there are some of our tips about how you can be happier with your midsection. It's about the 4-pronged approach of a healthy fitness lifestyle. Bring your overall body fat level down. Most of you have a great abdominal wall in here and already, but you just can't see it. And I also want to say that everybody wants, at one time or another, if we're honest with ourselves, we want that 6-pack midsection because it makes us feel great. But getting a healthy fitness lifestyle established is much more about other things. It's about feeling real energy. It's about being fully engaged. It's about having a lower stress level. It's about feeling that we have the ability to actually age gracefully and be strong and independent into our 70s and 80s and 90s. It's not a short-term approach. This is a lifestyle. So the 6-pack abs are nice, but we want to make sure that we do it on a nice, slow, lifelong pace, and it's not a 12-week push. So if you do it with that approach, you'll get a lot of other benefits other than just a smaller midsection, having the clothes fit us well. And there you go. There's some of our best ideas and tools as far as what you can do to get your best abdominal wall.